Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over my favorite cream bronzers and my cream blushes, and I'm going to swatch them on my hand one by one and kind of talk about the feeling of them, the texture. I'm going to kind of read over on the website to tell you how many shades each collection has and maybe a little info about each collection. So let's go ahead and get started. I guess we'll start with blush. The first one I'm going to start with is the one I'm wearing on my face today. This is the Causemetics Color Drop Serum Blush, and I have mine in the shade Rose Milk. These are actually like one of my favorite blushes, but with mask wearing I haven't been wearing this quite as much because it's very dewy, it's very like sticky to the touch. Like if I touch my face right now I can still feel it. It doesn't dry down. So I only wear it on days I know I'm not going to be like going out, if I'm just at home. And I'll swatch the shade here. Now the dropper is a little finicky. I found that you have, because it does have a dropper top, you have to screw it in and then unscrew it like maybe halfway, squeeze, and then pull the dropper up, and that kind of works a little better. And then I just kind of drop it onto my hand. See, even still then not much came out. These sheer out quite a bit. Like when you put them on your face, it's probably better off to go in with a brush because you'll get more of the color that way. And then I kind of go on with a sponge and just go over top of it. But they do sheer out. And this is the shade right here. This is the Rose Milk shade. It's kind of like a pretty rose color. And it's quite dewy. I mean, you can see the dew on there. You can see the dew on my face. I specifically like these ones because to me it gives a plumping effect. Like to me it makes my cheek look a little bit more plumper than it really is. That's why I really like them. It just makes you look youthful, really awakened, I guess. And you don't really have to wear highlighter with these. As you can see, it's very shiny. So I was on their website and they have, I believe, 8 shades. Yep, 8 shades. They have really deep blush shades for darker skin tones, and they have some lighter ones. I would say Rose Milk is probably one of the lighter shades. And it's just supposed to be like, you know, a very dewy, serum-y blush. Alright, the next one I'm going to go into is my next favorites, are the MAC Glow Play blushes. This one's in the shade Cheer Up, and it's like a very rosy pink color. And these are supposed to be a cushiony texture, which if you do push on this, I'll show you mine. Mine has like a finger imprint in it. It's very like a cloud or like a pillow. It's very like squishy. And it's just supposed to be sheer to medium. And you can build these up, but I find they don't last that long when you put them on your face, and neither does the Causemetics, just because it's more, it doesn't dry down. These, I find that I'll put it on my face and I actually have to reapply more because it seems like it just fades throughout the process of me putting my makeup on. But as you can see, there's like an imprint with my finger, and it's like, see, it's like squishy. So I'll put a little bit on my hand. And these to me are not dewy. They are almost like cream texture when you touch them. They're like creamy, and they almost turn matte. They're not very dewy at all. When you first apply them, they're a little bit more dewy, but I wouldn't even say they're dewy. They're just more like a, and right here's that shade. This is, again, Cheer Up right here. And you can see it's more of a pinky color. They have quite a bit of shades from what I remember. Let me look. They got 11. And they have purples, pinks, peaches, and nudes. So they pretty much have anything that you'd be looking for. Any color that could go with anything. These are $30, the MAC Glow Plays. The Causemetics ones, I believe around, these are all going to be around the same price point. I don't have any drugstore products that I'm going to be putting on today just because I haven't found any drugstore cream products that I've really liked so far. But if you guys know of any, put them down in the comments and I would like to try them out. Alright, let me see how much. They are $25 for the little serum blushes here. And in the serum blushes, you get 10 milliliters. And in the MAC ones, you get 0.25 ounces. And this is 0.34 ounces. So you're actually getting more in the Causemetics one than you are in this one, in the Glow Plays. I do have another MAC Glow Play. This is more of like a brownie nude, almost like a bronzer kind of shade. This one I don't touch as much as you can see. And this one's called So Natural. But they are very smooth on the skin. They're almost like moussey when you first put them on, like a very smooth texture. And this is So Natural from the MAC Glow Play. Alright, next up we'll go into the ones that I'm not that excited about. I don't really care for them as much, is the Fenty Cream. Ooh, dropped them. Fenty Cream blushes. I just don't really like the shades really that I have. I guess I like one more than the other, but I don't tend to use them too often. These are called the Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blushes, and they're 0.10 ounces. So this is actually, I believe, the smallest that I've talked about so far. Yep, it's like half of a MAC. But I do find that these are pretty pigmented. I don't really have to put a lot. I just usually take some of my finger and dab it on my face and do it that way. This one is Rose Latte, and this is the one I probably use the most. It is quite a dark shade. It's almost like another like bronzy color. These are very like oily. They're more they're not like the MAC Glow Play, and they're really not like the Causemetics. I think the Causemetics one is probably the most unique out of all the ones I have. This almost dries down too. This isn't as dewy either as the Causemetics one. This is the shade right here. And again, that shade is Rose Latte. It's this brownie brown color right here. It does have like a little sheen to it, but not really much, and it dries down more. The next cream, Fenty cream I have is the Cheeks Out. And this I don't really wear because I don't really like it on my skin tone. I think like on maybe a darker skin tone it'd be okay, but like I have to be very careful with using this because it's very pigmented. And this is like a unique shade. I thought I would like it more, but it's like a purpley almost, purple color. And that's it right here. Right there, it's almost like a fuchsia purple. It's very, 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 very bright. And these are $20, the Fenty ones. And like I said, those are the least amount in there than the other two. And there's quite a bit of shades from what I remember. Ten shades, and it's supposed to be a free wash of color, effortless blending, light as air, and it's supposed to be sweat resistant. And they're sheer shades is what they describe them as. The next blush I'm going to be talking about is the Kosas one. This is more one of my recent products, so I haven't really used it too often. Used it maybe 2 or 3 times now. And this is the shade Velvet Melon. It's like an orange. I try to pick all different types of blushes. I don't want like one of the same colors, so I try to go for all the spectrum of blushes. And this actually comes with a highlighter in it too. And I would say this is pretty unique. It's like very creamy. It's more of a cream. And this is like a peachy color. Just kidding. I'll go this way. It's right here. It's this peachy, and this does have like a sheen to it as well. This one's more sheeny, and I don't think this one dries down that I saw very quickly. It takes a little bit to dry down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shades. But the interesting thing about these is like there's this one's Velvet Melon, but there's also a high intensity for like deeper skin tones. It's just a little bit more intense, the pigment. So they're all going to be kind of like around the same color range. Like the next high intensity for the Velvet Melon is just going to be like a little bit more pigmented, but it's still going to be like a peachy color. And these are $34, but I actually just got these on sale recently, so just keep an eye out for their sales. I think I got them for, I want to say 20 bucks for each, which if it comes with a highlighter, I think that's pretty good. These are 0.32 ounces, but I'm sure they're counting both. But still, that's not a bad deal. And these say they're super blendable skin conditioning cream blush and highlighter palette that gives a dewy pop of color. The next one is going to be the Tower 28, and this is also a new one. I've only used this one twice. So far I do like it. I like the fact that it's more like the Causemetics one. It's dewier. And I have this in the shade Beach Please Happy Hour. The Beach Please is the name of the line, but the shade is Happy Hour. And this is kind of more similar to like the Kosas. It's like a very creamy, oily texture. And these are quite pigmented as well. I mean, you can shear them out, but it's quite pigmented. And that's right here. It's like a bright pink. And those are $20, so not too bad. And these have 0.16 ounces in it. And they have 6 shades, and they actually just got 3 new shades. So those are pretty good. I do like that one so far. The next one is just like a little sample. It's a Nude Sticks Nudies, and this is in the shade Sweet Peach Peony. So far I do like this, but I don't think I will be buying the full size just because I have so many other blushes as it is. But it is a pretty shade. I do like that it's dewy, and it comes in like a stick form like this. And this is the color. It's like a peachy. And I'll do a swatch on my arm. I would say this reminds me more of the Kosas almost, because it's more creamy. And again, this is Sweet Peach Peony. And that's it right there. So here's all my blushes lined up. Like so. As you can see, this one is similar to this one over here. But pretty much I do have a good variety. And I'm planning on buying the new, what are they called? The Melt ones. I do want to try those ones just because I really want to try the pearl ones. Those ones look really, really, really gorgeous. And for the nude sticks, I don't know how much a mini would be like this. This was free. This was a Sephora points thing. I think I spent like 100 points on it. So it's not very big. I think it was 0.07. But like I said, it was free. Just keep an eye out. I always see them on there randomly as like a offer. Just trying to get the blush off. And I guess I should show you maybe after I wash it off to see which ones last longer. Because as I'm wiping them right now, they're not, some of them are not coming out that easy. So I guess that'll tell you how good they last. They were not even on my hand that long. But see, I'm wiping it with my wipe and they're not really coming off too well. So I would say this one is pretty stuck on there. This one is pretty stuck on there. So they do stay on pretty good, the majority of all of them. Even the Causemetics one is still, it's right there, you can still kind of see the swipe. Alright, now I'm going to go into the bronzers. I saved those for last because I only have two. I am planning on picking up the Tower 28 one because it looks really, really pretty with all the glitter and stuff in it. So that will be on my list when I do the Sephora sale. This is actually a blush. This is the Tropic Equinox blush from Kosas, but to me, when I saw it, it reminded me of like a bronzer, because for me it's kind of dark. It's almost like the So Natural MAC blush. It's like something you would wear darker. It's a darker blush. And this is what it looks like. And to me, that just looked like a perfect bronzer shade, which it is. It's a pretty good bronzer shade for me. And again, these are very creamy. It's the same price because it's the same product. It's a blush product. You could wear this as a blush. I mean, I pretty much do. I don't really necessarily wear it as a bronzer only, but I do like it as my bronzer. And this is what it looks like right here. And see, it does have like a nice sheen to it. But it does look really good on my skin tone. It's not like very pigmented. I mean, you can blend it out. You can make it very pigmented like this, but I do sheer it out. And my favorite one is the one I have on today, is the Fenty Cream Cheeks Out bronzer. And this is in the shade 03 Macchiato. It looks like this. Now, I know like this probably looks deep for my skin tone, but for me, I like the color that it gives, the tone, more than anything. And these are very creamy. This blends out beautifully. I mean, it doesn't take long to blend out at all, and you can build it up and you can sheer it out. So if it seems like it's going to be too dark, if you're my skin tone, you can easily sheer it out. And this is the shade right here. So see, this is more of like a warm, this I would still say is warm, but it's a little, it's kind of like a cooler warm. This is very warm. Well, that's what they look like. And the Fenty cream one is dewy, but it's not as dewy as the Kosas here. And the Fenty cream bronzers are $32. And I do think you have quite a bit because I bought this when they first came out. I honestly don't remember when that was, but I know it had to have been over a year ago, maybe 2 years. And I still have all this product left. And I only use bronzer in the summertime. I don't use it in the winter just because it's more natural to me to have a bronzed face in the summer and the spring. And you get 0.22 ounces in this one. And that's all for my cream bronzers and my cream blush demo and swatches. Stay tuned for my next video. I'm going to be doing my favorite cream face products, like moisturizer, face tints for spring. That's going to be my next video, so keep an eye out for that. And as always, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.